Greetings fellow film fans, my name is Mercy and this is the Funny Pajamas YouTube channel. Today I would like to talk about the new Men in Black International movie which is out in theatres here in India. If you had a chance to watch it, let me know what you think. I'm just going to give a brief review, so let's get down to it. Men in Black International is a spin-off of the original Men in Black that starred Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. If you ask me, the original one was some of Will Smith's best work. And I loved it. The second one was pretty bad. The third one was pretty much the same as the first, except instead of Tommy Lee Jones, you had Josh Brolin there. So basically it was the same. And both of the sequels were a step down from the original. I was hoping this movie would be better, would be a step in the right direction, seeing as how Sony is trying to revamp everything, breathe new life into this franchise. But I have to say I was very disappointed in this movie. Now don't get me wrong, Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson did a really good job. As a matter of fact, their on-screen chemistry and dynamics was one of the best parts of this movie. I also felt it was what tried to keep this movie afloat and prevent this movie from being a total dumpster fire. Emma Thompson is classy. I loved her in every scene she was in, which was unfortunately not many. I was hoping she'd be there in a lot more. But whichever scene she was in, she stole the show. Liam Neeson was not given much, and I didn't think his character had much to do. And it was a mediocre performance from my point of view. I had expected something radically different, but pretty much the story follows the same storyline. Two MIB agents find a special weapon which is very dangerous, which is capable of destroying planets and solar systems, and they have to prevent this weapon from falling into the hands of the bad guys. In this case, a set of twins who have really cool dance moves. In the process, their dynamic plays out, and I like the way that these two work together. I knew they were good because seeing in Thor Ragnarok, their chemistry was really good, and I was hoping it for this, and I was not disappointed. Add to the mix Kumail Nanjiani and you have a brilliant concoction there. But was it enough to save the movie? Unfortunately, no. The movie is very stale. Many of the times the laughs and the jokes fall flat. The very first few jokes in the very first few scenes with Liam Neeson and Chris Hemsworth fell so fat and was so cringeworthy. I really felt bad for the two actors, and I felt bad for the scenes they had to work out with such terrible writing and weak script. Now this is directed by F. Gary Gray, and while he has done really good work in the small indie scene with smaller films, I felt maybe large-scale, big-budget tentpole movies like this are not his thing, since I thought that the Fast and Furious 9 movie which he directed was not one of his strongest. I mean, Straight Outta Compton was one of the best films of the year, and I really liked that film. And I was a little disappointed with Fast and Furious 8. Definitely not the best in the series or in the franchise. And I felt that this movie was also not one of his strongest. It was pretty bad. The writing was all over the place. Tone-wise, it seemed exactly same as the first three movies. I was hoping for something new, something different, but I did not get this. It was so similar that some of the settings themselves just slightly changed here and there. A bit here, and an extra added alien, an extra added alien there. But most of the settings looked almost the same. There was not much of an action sequence in this. Of course, they used a lot of CGI and all, but the one main action sequence was in a street in London, in a street in Paris, I think. It is between Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth's characters against the bad guys. The bad guys were very poorly written, they were very weak. I did not feel any sense of stake in this movie. Kumail Nanjiani was amazing. He plays the pint-sized alien called Pawnee and is one of the best parts of the movie. Tessa Thompson plays Molly, or Agent M, a young lady who witnesses her parents being neuralized by some MIB agents in her youth when she was a small girl, and she escapes without being neuralized. She's made it her goal, her main life's work, to get recruited by MIB and be a part of the top secret government organization. As the movie proceeds, you see that she does get her wish, and she's sent as an agent in probation to London, where she comes across Agent H, played by Chris Hemsworth, and she has to team up with him to protect a small gizmo sort of thing, which is actually a very powerful weapon, and it's up to them to save the world. The story goes on pretty moderately. It's a very average story. I was really expecting a lot more from F. Gary Gray, and I wanted this franchise to do well, particularly after the third one, where it seemed to be catching its footing. And now this one, I was really hoping it would do well, but I will confess that I am very disappointed, and I had hoped for a lot more. I love Tessa Thompson, I love me some Chris Hemsworth, but unfortunately their acting was not enough to save this movie. All the performances were really good. Even Liam Neeson was pretty good. Unfortunately, the writing was so terrible, so all over the place and so weak. The scripts and the jokes felt totally flat. I felt the twist in the end could be seen a mile away and really did not enhance the experience. Don't get me wrong, did not detract from the experience, but it was so predictable. The tone was exactly the same as the previous movies. It could have been better. A lot of potential which was not worked on. I give this movie a 5.5 out of 10. So tell me what you think of this movie. Have you seen it? Are you going to see it? Are you planning to go check it out? If you do, and if you have seen it, where do you rank it among all the MIB movies? Do you rank it first, second, third? Let me know your ranking. For me, basically, personally, first comes the MIB, the original, then comes MIB 3, then comes MIB International, then the weakest I feel is MIB 2. I want to know which one is your favorite, which you find is the weakest, and let me know why. That's all I have for you guys right now. So thanks for tuning in. Be sure to visit again. And listen, if you are not yet a member of my channel, please be sure to hit that beautiful red subscribe button down there and become a member. Don't forget to hit the bell button so that you are notified every time I post something new. You can get in touch with me on Twitter at mercy_d and Instagram at mercy_sd. I also have a WordPress blog. You can visit it at www.funnypajamas.wordpress.com. Pajamas has a Y in it. Be sure to visit me. You're always welcome. My blog has got a whole lot of articles, mainly reviews also. Also, it's got a couple of fun editorials. So, visit, be there, subscribe, and be sure to like it and leave me a comment on what you think of it. And if you think I can improve it in any way, because I'm still learning. So, love to hear from you. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. This is Mercy signing out. Bye.